Hey guys, it's Ashley, and today I'm going to be doing another book haul. So my previous book haul that I uploaded last week was all about the books that I've received from thrift books. This book haul is all about books that I have received from elsewhere as well as purchased on my own. I only have about 10 books that I'm gonna haul this time. I'm pretty proud of myself about that because usually I wait about 3 months to do a book haul and I have about 30 books and it takes forever. So I'm keeping up with it, you guys. I'm really proud of myself. So on that note, without further ado, let's get started. So today's video is in paid promotion with Disney Book Group, as the first book that I am hauling is Aru Shah and the End of Time by Roshni Chokshi. This is the first book in Rick Riordan Presents, the new imprint of Disney Publishing that I am so excited about. It's all about Rick Riordan getting together and working with authors to tell middle grade stories based on the mythologies of their own heritages, and you guys don't know how excited I am for this. You really don't. Disney Hyperion went ahead and sent me a finished copy of Aru Shah and the End of Time, so thank you so much. If you don't already know, Aru Shah is about a young girl named Aru who has a tendency to stretch the truth. Her friends are all rich and going on amazing vacations, and so she kind of wants to lie to make herself feel better and make others see her as, you know, more than she really thinks that she is. But one day, a group of classmates shows up at her door to catch her in a lie. They don't believe her claim that the lamp of Bharata in her family's museum is cursed, and they dare her to touch it. But lighting the lamp has dire consequences. By lighting the lamp, she awakens the sleeper who is hell-bent on destroying the world. Her classmates and her mother are frozen in time, and she has to save everybody. The only way for Aru to stop the demon is to find the reincarnations of the 5 legendary Pandava brothers, and then journey to the Kingdom of Death. And my favorite line in the entire synopsis, "But how is one girl in Spider-Man pajamas supposed to do all that?" If you haven't noticed already, Aru Shah in the End of Time is based off of Hindu mythology, all about Roshni Chokshi's heritage. She is also the author of A Star-Touched Queen and the sequel to that, A Crown of Wishes, that we've seen everywhere on BookTube. I am currently already about halfway through this, and I am absolutely loving it, so I am so excited to continue and to finish, and I'm just so ready. Aru Shah and the End of Time is set to come out March 27th, so based on when this video should be going up, it should already be out and you should totally go get your hands on it because it is so great. And if you want a chance to get your hands on it, I have a fun giveaway coming up at the end of this video, so be sure to stay tuned if you are interested in that. The next book that I have to haul for you guys is one that was sent to me by Simon Teen, and that is Emergency Contact by Mary H.K. Choi. I'm trying to pronounce this the correct way. If you haven't seen enough about this book already, I'm super excited to get into it. Basically, it is about these two characters, Penny and Sam, who meet in this very awkward way and exchange numbers and start this kind of digital relationship without ever having to meet each other. They're in very different places in their lives, and I'm just really excited to see what this is going to entail. Also, the cover is gorgeous, so I mean, gotta hop into this soon. Next up, I have one that I purchased myself, and it is Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi. Oh my god, this book haul is filled with names that I cannot pronounce. Tomi Adeyemi. I hope that that's right. Please correct me if I'm wrong. If you haven't seen this book around already, where have you been? This has been sweeping and taking storm over BookTube. Is that the right saying? It's probably not. But it sounds amazing. It's basically about this girl who remembers when the soil of Orisha hummed with magic. There are people called burners and tiders and reapers, and they can control fire and water and summon souls, and one day this horrible king just destroys them all, and so Zeli, I'm not saying that right, goes and starts kicking ass, and I'm just really excited. People have said that this is perfect for fans of Avatar: The Last Airbender, and it has so many tropes like enemies to lovers and forbidden love, and I'm so excited. Next up is a middle grade I received in an Al Crate Junior box, and that is Arlo, Finch, and the Valley of Fire by John August. From what I remember about this one, it is about Arlo Finch going to become a ranger and thinking he's gonna learn wilderness skills, but instead he's learning how to harness wild magic and has to stop this dark and ancient force from sending threats out into the real world. So it sounds just like an awesome adventure middle grade, and I'm super excited to jump in. And the next book I received from the Owl Crate YA version this past month, and it is The Hazelwood by Melissa Albert. This book is high up on my TBR. I'm gonna read it as soon as possible. It's about this 17-year-old girl named Alice who loses her mother to one of her grandmother's writing works characters. Like the story that her grandmother writes comes to life, and one of the characters steals her mother, and then the daughter has to go and try to find the mother by teaming up with one of her grandmother's cultish fans. I don't know, it just sounds so cool and something that I absolutely love, so I'm really excited for it. Next up, I have 2 more books sent to me by Simon Teen, and that is You'll Miss Me When I'm Gone by Rachel Lynn Solomon and A Quiet Kind of Thunder by Sarah Barnard. Can you see him? So A Quiet Kind of Thunder sounded really interesting to me when I read it because it is all about this girl named Steffi who has been a selective mute for most of her life, and this boy named Reese who is deaf, and they meet each other and they find different ways to communicate, and they start falling in love and building this relationship, and it just sounds so sweet, but at the same time, you know, dealing with really heavy issues, and I'm really excited to start reading this soon. And You'll Miss Me When I'm Gone is all about the relationship between 2 sisters as they test for a genetic disease called Huntington's, a rare genetic disease that slowly steals control of the body and mind. It's turned their mother into a near stranger and fractured the sisters' own bond in ways that they'll never admit. These sisters are very different from each other, and when they find out that one tests positive for the gene and one doesn't, their relationship just spirals, and I'm just really intrigued as to how this is gonna play out, especially because I have a sister, and that's kind of what drew me to this book was, you know, their relationship and seeing what's gonna happen between that. I feel like it's going to be a heartbreaking but also very touching book, and I'm really excited. Next up is the Owl Crate Jr. book from January I received, and it is Love, Sugar, Magic, A Dash of Trouble by Anna Mariano. Sorry, I couldn't read the font. I remember this book. It is all about Dia de los Muertos and her family being brujas, and they bake and they pour magic into their cookies and their baking, and it just sounds like so much fun. Then we have the YA Owl Crate book from January, and that was The Cruel Prince by Holly Black, which was this really awesome cover right here. I'm not really gonna give the synopsis of this because I don't want to read about it because I still haven't read this yet, and as you guys know, I like to go in blind, but I'm pretty sure it's about these 2 people who are sent to this fairyland and things happen. There's the Cruel Prince. That's all I know. And the last 4 books that I'm hauling were all sent to me by Penguin Teen. They are all Gail Forman books, and a video for this should have just recently gone up, so I will leave a link to it down below. The first one is Gail Forman's newest book, I Have Lost My Way. It's all about these 3 people who have completely lost their way in life at this point and are discovering that the only way to help them find themselves is by helping each other. It sounds very touching, and I'm really excited to get into it. I was also sent Gail Forman's previous novels, including If I Stay, which if you haven't seen this movie or read this book, this has been out for a really long time. It is about, I think if I remember correctly, this girl who was in a car accident and her family was all killed, and she is currently in a coma, but she's having an out-of-body experience, and the book is all from her point of view as she's trying to contemplate what she has left and whether she will let go or, you know, keep fighting. And the last few books that I was sent by Gail Forman, Just One Day and I Was Here, I actually have never actually read about before, so I don't know much about them, but if I know anything about Gail Forman's books, they are probably going to be very touching and heartbreaking and emotional, and I'm really excited for this because I don't normally read very emotionally, you know, distressing books. I read fantasy, which sometimes have, you know, emotional impacts toward, you know, the end or action scenes or deaths, but nothing that deals with really, you know, serious issues, so I'm kind of excited to dive in. So that's gonna be it for the haul aspect of this video, and if you've stuck around for this long, you are probably eagerly waiting to find out how you can get your hands on a copy of Aru Shah and the End of Time, as well as a branded sleeping mask, so let me tell you how this is gonna work. So this giveaway is going to run exactly a week from when this video goes up, which will mean it begins on March 28th and will end on April 4th. April 4th, 11:59 p.m. That's when it ends, if we're gonna be specific here. We're gonna play a little game that is called 2 Truths and a Lie in honor of Aru's ability to be able to stretch the truth just a little bit. So I'm gonna be sharing 2 truths and a lie about myself, and it is up to you guys to comment down below on what you think is the lie. You don't have to be right to be entered in the giveaway, just tell me what you think is the answer and you will be entered. I'm gonna choose a random commenter on April 5th and we'll be contacting you via message on YouTube, so be sure to look out on your inbox around that time. For more information, please view the description details down below. I have a whole list of stuff that you guys need to read if you are interested. I will mention up here though that this is only open to US residents, so I'm sorry to all my international friends, and you have to be 13 years or older to enter. So without further ado, let me give you my truths and lie. I always loved playing this game when I was younger, so I'm so excited. Number 1. I was voted most likely to win the Nobel Peace Prize in my senior year of high school as a superlative. Number 2, when we were younger, my sister actually gave me a bloody nose because I took one of her toys and she got kinda pissed at me. And number 3, my family's first dog was named after a Disney character. So please tell me down below which one you think is the lie. Remember, you have through April 4th to submit your answer, and on April 5th I will be picking a winner, so look out in your inbox for that. And remember to check the video description for all details regarding the giveaway. And alright guys, that is going to be it for this video. Thank you once again to Disney Book Group for sponsoring this video, and thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you later. Goodbye!